Welcome back to Ask Dr. Clarke. Today's topic is when your spouse knows your love language and doesn't give it to you. Very common scenario. Speaking of the love languages, I did an interview with Dr. Gary Chapman, one of my heroes and my mentors, frankly, author of the 5 Love Languages book, which has sold a few more than my books. But anyway, I did an interview with Dr. Gary on my Enough is Enough book just recently. In fact, the interview aired March 12th, 2022. If you'd like to listen to that interview with me and Gary, go to the Building Relationships with Dr. Gary Chapman website. It's Building Relationships with Dr. Gary Chapman. That's his site. And of course, they'll have it on their list of past podcasts to listen to, past radio shows. Dr. Chapman's terrific, is awesome, always respected him, and I think he's on board. Now, if Dr. Gary Chapman likes Enough is Enough, a step-by-step plan to leave an abusive relationship with God's help, hey, that says it all. It's like Moses liking your book. Come on. Anyway, he's very supportive, and of course, I love the things he does as well. Now, speaking of websites, you see that subtle segue. Go to my website, davideclarkephd.com. That's Clarke with an E, davideclarkephd.com, for all my resources for marital crisis. I focus on individual spouses who are in a marital crisis. I don't talk to couples on the phone. I want to talk to just one. No matter what your marital crisis is, I've got a book for you. You name it, I got a book and a plan, specific step-by-step plan. And you can use my phone advice service to talk to me about your situation, and many are doing that. Okay, today's question for Ask Dr. Clarke. Many times, this is a man now, many times, I have made my love language clear to my wife. This has been over the years, but she will not give it to me. I'm frustrated, I'm hurt, I'm angry, I'll bet you are. What do I do, he says. This is really frustrating him. Okay, here's what you do. And this, I think, will apply to many of you. And this has been true of the blonde and I, my beautiful Sandy. My love language is touch, physical touch. Okay, that's the hardest thing for Sandy to do. Now, her love language is acts of service. Wouldn't you know it? It'd be great if hers was touch too. No, God doesn't do that. Now, I'm not an acts of service guy. My mother spoiled me, did everything for me. But if Sandy, to feel loved, I've got to do a bunch of work around the house and in the yard. I'm working here at the office. She could care less. I got to do that for her there. So we've learned over the years, these are difficult things, but if you love somebody, you get it done. First, here's some points. Here's what I want you to do. First, what you do is you schedule a private sit-down meeting with your wife. I'm talking to this guy. I'm talking to you too. Private sit-down meeting with your wife. You tell her you will talk about something serious. It's going to be a serious topic. You don't tell her what it is. Arrange for the kids, if you've got kids in the home, to be out of the home when you're talking to her. Schedule it for 3 or 4 days ahead and make her wait. We're trying to build the pressure and give this meeting a big impact. It hopefully will be a turning point. Second, as the meeting begins, tell her you have a brief presentation to make. Tell her just to listen and not give any response at this meeting. You don't want to hear any response. Tell her you will talk for a few minutes and then you'll walk away. Ask her to listen and think and pray about what you've said, and then to get back to you in several days with her response. Literally, you will not listen to her response at the time. We're trying to get around the initial defensiveness and the stuff you'd usually say, excuses. We don't want that, or anger, whatever. Talking to her in this one-way fashion and not allowing a response is a way to force her to listen. And again, get past these defensive reactions. Third, in your presentation, only talk for 3 or 4 minutes. And it's what she's heard before, but in this context, you're making it clear, okay, this is a big deal. I'm directly asking you. Say something like this. Here's the verbiage I want you to use. I'm not happy in our marriage. No, I love yous. No, I think you're the greatest. That will soften the blow. Simply, I'm not happy in our marriage. Because you choose not to meet my love language, I can't feel loved by you. I'm angry, resentful, hurt, and losing love for you. See, you're speaking truth. That's what's happening. Please think and pray about why you don't meet my love language. There are things that are preventing you from doing my love language. I want to work with you to get us past those obstacles. Okay, I'm done. This is still you talking. Okay, I'm done. When you're ready to give me your response, let me know and we'll talk again. Then literally get up and walk away. This is abrupt. This is pretty edgy, but we're trying to get the person's attention. Any softening of it, you lose. If you say, oh, we're doing well in other areas, but this one area I really need, now all she'll hear is, we're doing well. Focus on the things that aren't going well. Spend the next few days or until she responds being very quiet and pulled back. Don't engage in conversation about her or with her. Only communicate about necessary life stuff, okay? Now, if she launches right into her response, you're not listening to it at the meeting. You're walking away from her. Now, if she comes back and is willing to work on why she does not meet your love language, great, that's what we want. Start identifying the obstacles and work on them together, and there are clearly obstacles. Could be her personality, could be her family background, traumas in her life that she hasn't healed from that are transferring to you. Could be things you're doing, resentments against you, things that you've done that have hurt her. Whatever's on the list, you're going to work it through. And you'll be very clear that as you work on her meeting your love language, you're going to also do your best to meet her love language. I mean, it goes both ways. Now, if you aren't making progress and she's really trying, that's when you see a Christian counselor together and start working through the issues. If she does not come back, simply ignores the meeting and will not give you a response, which is a possibility, or comes back and gives you the same lame excuses, is defensive, and will not make changes, okay, then you're going to have to go the tough love route. You're giving her every opportunity. Now we do tough love. And I'm going to recommend for that a modified version of my book, My Spouse Wants Out. All right, you're going to have to shake her to the roots and get her attention. If there aren't consequences for, frankly, now her sinful choice to not meet your love language or even begin to look at it, okay, we're going to have to shake her up. Now, if you're finding these Ask Dr. Clarke videos helpful, subscribe to my YouTube channel, tap the like button, and leave a rating and a review. We are getting comments on the YouTube channel. We love those comments, and those help us grow the ministry. And as Phil Dugas of Dugas Creative would say, the brand. All right, this is a Christian brand, but it's still a brand, and you can help us do that. Thanks.